China, the leader, Xi Jinping, he's warning Biden about Speaker Pelosi's possible visit to Taiwan. Here's the quote. "Public opinion cannot be defied. Those who play with fire will perish by it." Christian Whiton's here. Christian, this would not be, this is my opinion, this would not be happening if we hadn't had this Afghanistan debacle, which made Biden look weak and emboldened our enemies and rivals. And now they could actually force a high official of the U.S. government not to go to Taiwan. I'm astonished that we've arrived at this point.
It is, and we're playing defense. The question is whether Speaker Pelosi will go to Taiwan. I think she probably will. Congressmen make a big hoopla about being a separate and co-equal branch of government. So the fact that Joe Biden and the Chinese don't want her to go. Pelosi, for her faults, has always been pretty tough on China, talked up human rights issues. It's really amusing to me also that Xi Jinping talks about public opinion, because the separate country that he's trying to intimidate, Taiwan, is an actual democracy that respects public opinion. His country, not so much.
All right. Do you think Pelosi should go to Taiwan?
Absolutely. It's not even unprecedented. Newt Gingrich went when he was Speaker. Of course, China was a lot less rich and a lot less powerful then. But it's important that we not allow China to dictate the agenda, and that we spotlight Taiwan, which has been largely closed off to travelers for 2.5 years now, that we spotlight the thriving democracy that is there. You know, and one other thing about Taiwan, I hope Pelosi mentions this when he's there, unlike almost every other partner or ally of the U.S. around the world, the Taiwanese don't expect us to pay for their weapons. They actually, it's cash and carry. They pay for them themselves. They're willing to defend themselves.
That makes them unique, doesn't it not? All right, I'm sure you saw this, Christian, but North Korea threatens to annihilate South Korea with a nuclear attack. That just came in just the other day. Is this a real threat, or do you think Kim Jong Un is crazy enough to do it?
It's probably not real. North Korea, this is an escalation of rhetoric. It's not something that can be dismissed. But in the past, they've used colorful rhetoric about turning Seoul into a sea of fire. That's one of their favorite metaphors. But however, they do have the means to do so increasingly. There's been some speculation this year that they would resume testing of nuclear weapons. Hasn't happened yet. It just is a reminder that this is a problem that persists, and it's something that all the foreign policy experts said that Donald Trump handled poorly, when in fact during the Trump administration, after that initial escalation followed by U.S. and South Korean pushback, there was a long period of no provocations coming out of North Korea. So it's not something that can be ignored when someone threatens to nuke your country, but they've done this before.
Do you think that if President Trump was still the president, they'd be making these threats?
No, I don't. I think they were taking furtive steps. They're really not used to the idea of coming in from the cold and cooperating with the U.S., but the fact that Kim Jong Un was willing to meet with Trump, that was just a very different situation. I think, as you pointed out at the beginning of the segment, that these adversaries look at what happened in Afghanistan only a year ago. They look at Joe Biden going and begging for more oil from Saudi Arabia, coming home empty-handed, and all of the other acts of weakness. Biden basically having a Europe-first foreign policy that neglects East Asia. He says he's going to meet with Xi Jinping. Why bother? You know, our military presence actually is atrophying. It's declining slightly in the Pacific. We're spending so many resources in Europe and elsewhere. It's people see this and it adds up.
It does indeed. Christian, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Sure.
Thank you, Stuart.